Be completely honest with yourself. Be brutally honest with yourself, because this is your life. This isn't anybody else's life but yours. We're all given our own individual lives, and we all have choices on what we're going to do with that. But you have to make this your choice. You have to make the choice for yourself. Just like I have to make my choice, you have to make your choice. And the thing is, you may feel like, you're being honest with yourself with everything that you want to do. You're being honest with yourself when it comes to your life, what you want to accomplish, where you're going, and you really may not be. And you may not even realize that you're not being honest with yourself. Your true desires, the things that you want to do in your life, it could be heavily screwed by multiple things. There's social media, there's fear, there's negative things that people have told you. Things that people have told you are unrealistic or impossible or too difficult to obtain. And it really doesn't matter what age you hear it at. You can hear it as a kid, you can hear it as a teenager, you can hear it as an adult, a young adult, middle age, upper age. You can hear it at any point, because you still have emotions and it can still affect you. So you can hear it at any point, and it can distill, it can put these emotions in you of, okay, I need to scale back. I need to pull back my desires. I need to pull back my ambitions. I need to pull back my goals because it's too unrealistic what I want to do. And that is lying to yourself. That's not being honest with yourself. Sitting here and saying, I want deep down inside to make X amount of money, but because that seems impossible and people tell me that that's way out of reach, I'm just going to cut it in half. That's literally lying to yourself. That's not telling yourself the truth. That's not being honest with yourself. And the issue that I truly see with this is, I have done this with myself. Don't get me wrong. I have done this with myself, and I'm actively working on it. I would say that it's not an overnight thing. It's something that you continuously do. And to even get to an understanding of one thing in your life, sometimes it can literally take weeks. So be patient with yourself. But I have personally done this with myself. And when I have done it, I have felt extremely dissatisfied with what I'm doing, unfulfilled with what I'm doing. And you could be feeling the same way, where you're on this path, you're doing this thing, and you could be feeling dissatisfied, unfulfilled. Why? Because that's not actually what you want to do. That's not where your heart actually lies. That's not where your desires actually are. You're just doing it because people told you that the other thing that you wanted to do was too unrealistic. So this is like a backup plan. And then you start to fool yourself and trick yourself into thinking, this is what I really want, and it's not. You could be having, let's say, for example, you want to be a biologist, and somebody tells you, no, that's unrealistic. That's too difficult. School is going to be too hard for you. You're not a school person. And so you're like, okay, well, I guess I just won't go to college. I'm just going to get a job and I'm just going to work that way. And then you're doing it. And then you start to lie to yourself. You start to say, well, maybe this is better than biology. Maybe, this is easier. At least I don't have to go to all these classes and I don't have to wake up early to go, to school. At least I don't have to take all these tests and all these assignments. And you start to try to trick yourself into thinking that this is what you want, even though it's not what you want. And you can tell because you're still dissatisfied. You can feel like there is a cap. You can literally feel it sometimes. And when you look at your life, you can even see that it's not what you actually wanted it to be. But you're telling yourself these things to self-soothe. And that's not always a bad thing, because sometimes we're in tough situations. Sometimes we're in positions in life where, things may just not be where we want them to be right now. And you have to find the best way to handle the situation as you can. That is completely fine. But when you are making a conscious decision for yourself that you are just not going to do what you want to do, you're just not going to do what you need to do, it's a choice that you are making for yourself. It's not circumstance. It's not, situational. It's not a phase in life. It's not something that you're getting through. It's not something that you're going to come back from. No, you're making this choice for yourself. That's where you are choosing to not be honest with yourself. You're choosing to lie to yourself, and you're choosing to hold yourself back. And holding yourself back does not mean that you're not doing something that other people would deem as an accomplishment, that other people would deem as success. Okay, you don't have to be doing something trash. You don't have to be doing something lazy. You don't have to be doing something that's, you know, unrespectable for you to be lying to yourself, for it to not be what you desire. Because somebody could desire to be a banker. That's just not your desire. So holding yourself back doesn't mean that you're not reaching success in many people's eyes. Holding yourself back means that you're not doing what you want for yourself and what you deem as success for yourself. The idea of, well, other people find this respectable. Other people like this. Other people say this, that this is a good path, you know? Other people's approval can sometimes give you a false sense of security because it's not what you want. You're basing it off of other people. And that can be a really big sign of understanding how you feel. If the only positive thing you have to say about what you're doing is that other people like it, other people approve of it, other people say that this is a really great career to go in, but for you, you're sitting here and you can't even speak for yourself. You can't say that you love it. You can't say that it's your dream. You can't say that you're passionate. You can't say that you're working towards what you want to do. Like, if you cannot speak for yourself and everything has to come from other people, that's a pretty good sign that maybe what you're doing, you should probably reconsider. I've thought about this with myself. As you guys know, well, as you may know, you may not know, you're learning now. I graduated college with my bachelor's degree in business management, and I liked it, I enjoyed it, and something that I thought about was I had a lot of people tell me that I should become a lawyer. And I was thinking about it because I was like, well, everyone told me that, you know, a ton of people have told me that I should become a lawyer, so maybe I should, you know, go to law school. But when I was explaining why it would be good, I was like, well, people told me that it would be good. It makes money, you know, it's a respectable career. None of it had to really do with me all that deeply. It mainly had to do with people's perception of me and what people told me that I should do. Now, I've shifted my personal focus, and when I have shifted it, it's not something that's no longer respectable. It's not something that's no longer worthwhile. It's not like it's something that's not going to benefit me along with the people that are around me. But now I have my own personal belief system on why it's important that I do what I do now. So having that shift for yourself can take some time, especially if you've lived in doing what other people want you to do rather than really thinking about what you want to do. And if you've lived in that for a while, sometimes it takes time to make that shift. And I'm not sitting here saying quit your job and, you know, quit your job tomorrow and go and do it. No, I'm not saying be irresponsible. Okay, I'm just saying take time, learn, and decide to implement things that will make your life more fulfilling. Choose to implement things that will make your life more worthwhile, that will make you happy. Because here's the thing, just getting to whatever it is, if you come up with something, back to the biology thing, if the person decides that they are going to become a biologist, they realize that, right? They're like, I'm going to do it. Becoming a full-on biologist is not where the joy begins. The joy begins when you start on the path that will get you to where you want to be. That's where the joy begins, because you know that you are paving a way for yourself. You know that you are now on an adventure to where you actually want to be. So the idea of, you know, the frustration, the sadness, why am I going to do it if it's going to take so long for me to get there, if it's going to take so much work? The joy also comes from knowing that you are making a life for yourself that you desire, even if it's not 100% here yet. It's never too early to do this. It's never too late to do this. But you need to take time. It comes to a point where you feel it, you see it, you know you need to do it. So take time to address and think about, what do you really want to do? What do you really want to accomplish? And not leave room for fear, okay? Think about it and don't allow yourself to shut it down, because you may think of something and then literally within half a second you automatically shut it down. Even if you do that, recenter yourself, refocus yourself, and come back to it. Write it down. Do not allow your fear to stop you from just dreaming, from just thinking, because that may be the step that you are in right now. Just the dreaming, just the thinking stage. So allow yourself to do that. And another step that I don't feel like is 100% necessary for everyone, but if you feel like it's something that will help you, if you feel like this is something that you should do, if you feel like this is something that's going to be beneficial for you, then go ahead and do it. And that is addressing where the fear came from. So sometimes we have fear that has been put into us by something that somebody said or something that somebody did. And taking time to address that, feel what you need to feel, cry, pray, forgive, go through that emotional battle, talk to people, rant, scream, get it all out, because it can really be something that's deep, something that affects you, something that really hurts you. So spending time to get it out and then realizing I don't have to stay in this place anymore. So I've gotten it out and I'm going to move forward, even if it's hard. Have people who can support you, because I'm not saying that any of this is just something that I personally feel like it is a piece of cake. I think it can be very, very emotional. And that's where if you don't have anyone to talk to, literally just come back to this video, comment, spill your heart out, do what you need to do. Because the goal here on this channel is that you can grow. You can experience what you want to experience in life, and you can overcome the negative emotions that come with this growth, no matter how ugly it is. So scream, rant, don't hurt nobody, but journal, do everything you need to do, comment, whatever. Just get that support that you need so that you can move forward, even if it's ugly, even if it's uncomfortable. But please, in this stage, be honest with yourself, because that is how you're going to get through it. Be honest with yourself, sit in the feeling, and understand that it will not always be like this. Thank you for watching today's video. I really do hope that you enjoyed and that it helped you in some way. Please make sure to take care of yourself, watch over yourself, take the steps that you need to take. And if you need some time alone, if you need some time to rest, if you are experiencing a lot of tough emotions right now, give yourself the space and the time to heal, and take it as you need. Take it step by step as you need. Remember, the goal is not to do it in a specific amount of time. The goal is to get to where you want to get to eventually, even if it takes some time. Please watch over yourself. Please make sure to subscribe as well if this video is helpful to you, and if you want to see more videos like this. Take care of yourself physically, spiritually, mentally, and financially, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.